Here's what you need to know from the news this week. November's BLS report came in showing 227,000 jobs created, which was a little bit above expectations. But at the same time, we saw unemployment tick up. And while the headline number does look like strength, there are kind of some cracks when you dig into it. So again, despite over 220,000 job creations, the household survey of the BLS report showed 355,000 job losses. And obviously both of those can't be right. Most of that job growth came from seasonal employment, which we're guessing because most of it was 16 to 19-year-olds, with basically all the other age brackets actually losing jobs. Another sign of weakness, average time unemployed has been up year over year. Just another sign of the labor market softening. And hiring plans as well for 2025 are at their lowest level in a decade. And job cuts are up more than 25% year over year as well. So it doesn't really sound like a strong labor market to me, which is good for mortgage rates. ADP, we got their numbers earlier this week, and it showed a weaker than expected labor market. Again, some contradiction there. And job openings from the JOLTS report were down too. Redfin has a home buyer demand index that reached its highest level since September of 2023. And we saw pending home sales also move up year over year, showing that we have buyers that are moving off the sidelines, even if rates just come down slightly. And CoreLogic also reported rents, which came out up just 2% year over year, which is the lowest growth in 4 years. But new rents are actually falling, and the uptick's really driven by renewals, which is really where rents we're seeing move up. And we heard from Fed Chair Powell earlier this week, and he was less optimistic, saying there's no rush to cut rates further. But the Fed futures are still pricing in a December rate cut, so you can stay hopeful there. And even though the 6-month run rate on inflation looks good, the 3-month run rate on inflation is a lot further off from the Fed's 2% target. And Powell's kind of made it clear that they don't like the sound of that. Next week's inflation readings are going to be the big one, just help traders make decisions before the Fed's December meeting. And the Fed does seem likely to pause cuts after December unless there's some kind of significant deterioration in the labor market. But have a great weekend, and I'll see you next Friday for another update.